All right, let's just get right into it. Are you one of those people who's constantly scrolling, hunting for that most scientific, cutting edge exercise that's going to finally unlock some magical new gains? Well, today, we're going to take that whole idea apart. We're going to explore why that endless search for the perfect workout might be the very thing keeping you stuck. Ouch, right? This quote hits hard because, let's be honest, for a lot of us, it's kind of true. Does this feel a little too real? If you find yourself buried in studies about muscle activation, but you look in the mirror and nothing's really changed, then you're in the right place. And look, this isn't about calling anyone out, it's just a reality check. So, what do we even call this kind of behavior? It's a trap, really. And it's one that so many people who mean well fall right into, especially with social media pushing the next best thing every single day. Let's break down this persona, the optimal chaser. And there it is, the optimal chaser. You know this person. Maybe you are this person. It's the guy or gal who's always searching for that magic bullet, that one perfect movement that's going to change the game. But the most important part of this definition is the result. You never stick with anything long enough to actually, grow. Let's be real, the word optimal has been so overused, it's basically meaningless now. It's created this whole generation of what you could call flip-floppers. These are people who jump from one fancy, complicated movement to another, week after week, all because they read some study that said it offered a tiny, purely theoretical 2% better contraction. And the result? You just end up chasing your own tail. But hey, this isn't just about wasting your time in the gym. This constant chasing actively, and I mean actively, sabotages your progress. And it happens in a couple of really key ways. I mean, just look at this. The difference couldn't be more night and day. On one side, you've got the optimal chaser, hopping from exercise to exercise. You can't measure progress that way. On the other side, you've got the consistent lifter. They stick to a proven plan, they focus on the one thing that truly matters, progressive overload, and they actually build a foundation of real strength. So you gotta ask yourself, which side do you wanna be on? I absolutely love this analogy because it is so spot on. The gym isn't a theme park. It's not a place you go just for novelty to see what new, shiny machine is available. It's a workshop. It's a place to build, to grind, and to lay a foundation, brick by brick, with principles and movements that have proven themselves over decades. And here's the real kicker. If you're constantly changing your exercises, you can't track anything. And if you aren't tracking your lifts, how on earth do you know if you're getting stronger? It's not training anymore, it's just guessing. It's basically gambling with your gains, and in the long run, the house always wins. Okay, so if chasing every new and optimal trend is the trap, how do you get out? What's the escape plan? Well, the answer is beautifully, powerfully simple. It's all about going back to the basics. The truly elite exercises, the real S-tier movements, aren't some newfangled thing you saw on TikTok last week. They are the bedrock, the foundation that has been building strong physiques for generations. And you know why they've stood the test of time? For one simple reason. They just plain work. So what are we talking about here? What are these meat and potatoes movements? It's the big stuff, the bench press, the high bar squat, the classic pull-up. These are the exercises you need to master. You need to stick with them week in and week out until you are genuinely, undeniably strong at them. That's where real-world strength comes from. All right, so now we know what to focus on. Let's talk about how to approach it, because the actual recipe for getting bigger and stronger is so much less complicated than the optimal chasers would have you believe. Oh man, this is another huge trap. I see it all the time. People stopping a set like 5 reps before they actually need because they're terrified their form isn't textbook perfect. Listen, good form is important, for sure. It keeps you safe. But if you're not pushing close to failure, if you're not even breaking a sweat, you are not giving your body a powerful enough reason to change. You have to signal it to grow. So forget the miracle exercises and the complicated science papers for a second, because this is it, the real recipe for growth. You just need 4 things. 1, consistency, showing up even when you don't feel like it. 2, heavy weight, always trying to add a little more than last time. 3, train hard, actually pushing yourself. And 4, get a good night's sleep. That's it. That's the whole game. So what this all boils down to is a fundamental shift in your mindset. It's really time to stop chasing ghosts in scientific papers and start building something real, something solid, in the gym. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about, and I want you to be totally honest with yourself. Are you getting lost in the weeds, chasing that tiny, theoretical 2% better feeling? Or are you focused on the big picture, on laying brick after brick to build a solid foundation of real, measurable, undeniable strength? The choice is yours.